Hi, I'm Hillary from the Nina, and I'm here with another art challenge video. In the last video I did, I showed you some things with leaves because it was very nice outside at the time and I wanted to get just a little bit more sunshine and outside time. And it's been, I think, about a month, maybe 3 weeks since I did that, and I've got all my leaves here. And I'm going to show you how to kind of make some little artworks using the leaves. They're going to be very simple. We're just going to play around with some different materials and doing some composition and things like that, and it's going to be fun. There's lots of things you could do with these leaves. Don't feel limited by what I'm showing you here today, but this is kind of what I thought I would do with them because honestly this is really pretty and I don't really think you can improve on it that much. So what I've got here today is, obviously I have all my leaves, which I've taken out of the book that they were in and taking the paper towel off of them. I've got some glue. I have 3 glue sticks because usually one of them or 2 of them is dead. And then I have a pair of scissors and a whole pile of just paper of different patterns and colors. And I also have a frame because I have a frame. And if you have a frame, you can do this. If you don't, you can do it without a frame, and that's fine. I just thought it would look a little fancy. So yeah, we're gonna get started. So, like I said, I think this is just going to be pretty simple. What I wanted to do was basically just to make a composition with these leaves and frame them. So, I don't really want to do something really crazy with them. Like I could do some like painting or drawing or writing in the background. But writing would be nice. Like if you had some poetry or something that you liked, you could write it in the background, or I don't know, an inspirational quote, if you like those kinds of things. But I think I'm just going to keep it pretty simple. And so I have all kinds of paper here. And the paper that I've chosen for the background is green, which is a problem because the leaves are also green. So I'm going to put something else in between there so that they kind of stand out. Because if you can see right now, this is not a whole lot of contrast. So you can kind of just see it's green on green. It doesn't really show up. So I've got all this other paper here. And I've got some pieces of this sort of like natural paper, which I think is really pretty. And also this sort of sheet music, which I think is cool. And then just some different colors and patterns and stuff. So I might play around with some of these. What I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to tear it. I thought about cutting it, but I don't want to do that because I want it to look kind of organic and, you know, floopy. And so like this might be a bit much. I don't know. I could try it. I'm gonna put some more chunks on and just kind of play around with it. I have a specific vision of what I want this to look like. And I think that having too many different kinds of pieces of paper might be kind of distracting from the leaves. I'm gonna try this. And this is a thing that I find sometimes when you're doing artwork. If you need like multiple pieces of things, I always find that it's really good to have an odd number. Like if I was to put just like 2 pieces of paper down here, for some reason that looks weird to me. I think 3 looks a lot better. And I find that with a lot of things. Like if I'm hanging a piece of some artwork, I like to have 3 things. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Well, I've been playing around with these a little bit, and I think in this case, I think kind of less is more here. So I'm just gonna go with 3 leaves, but they're gonna be a little bit bigger. So now I'm just gonna glue everything down and then might do some trimming around the edges, and then we'll pop it in the frame and see what it looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Just remember what it's all look like. Okay. So I've got all my paper glued on. I'm just making sure all the edges are kind of sealed down so it doesn't look goofy. But I'm going to glue my leaves down now, and the leaves are really, really delicate. So with that, I would not glue on the leaves because you're just going to break it into a million pieces. So instead, what I would do is kind of figure out where the leaf is going to go, and then put the glue on the background so that way you can just press it down and then it won't destroy the pressed leaf, because they're really, really paper thin and really fragile. And some of these leaves I've actually had for quite a few years, so they're really extra brittle. So I'm just going to put the glue down in the background. Watch out for lumps, and then really carefully just press this down. And if you're planning on having this in a frame, you don't really have to press it down too much, because the frame will kind of keep the leaf down. But if you're planning on just keeping this out, then you have to think a little bit more about that. And oh, I broke it. See, that's what you don't want to do. Whoops, oh gosh. There's glue on all my fingers now. Be careful. I am being careful. Okay, this one is like pretty much down. Then I'm going to put a bit more glue. This part is tricky because this maple leaf is sort of over top of these guys. So I might have to sort of, I don't know, just really gently put some glue, woo, on the leaf too. Which you can do, but you have to be super careful. So here am I being very carefully adding some glue. Ready? Ta-da! I think that's pretty nice. And I'd be really excited to see what you do with your leaves. This is just one idea. You know, you could put these on, you know, coasters, or, you know, decoupage them onto jars, or all kinds of things. Or honestly, I think if you just mounted them like just a plain leaf on a white piece of paper, would be just so nice, because I mean, they're perfect. You can't improve on that. So, or we can try, right? That's what art is. Trying to improve on nature, I guess. So yeah, that's this little project, and we'll see everybody again for the next video. Thanks, bye.